People in this life that are winners, and I found that out in music or anything, it's just basic attitude. Anyone can be a second rater or an also-ran and get a surprise result now and then. It happens in all sorts of sports, tennis and everything like that. But unless you're a Borg or a Connors or a Taylor or a Clough and you have that will to win and that positive attitude, then you're not going to do it. You're not going to be that sort of a winner. And there are only few of those people in life that you get. It's inbuilt. You can't stop. It's there from birth.
I think that a lot of managers run before they can walk. I think that the whole business is based on fear anyhow, and therefore if you're having a little bit of a good run and a job comes, get out now whilst you can, or should I say get into another job. And probably that job's the worst possible job that you could go into.
I think the big thing with being offered a big job straight away is that it's too good to turn down. And I don't think people... obviously, if I'd had the job to go straight from playing in and take a first division job, I would have taken it, because you're that conceited, you think that you can do it anyway. But I could never, ever have been as good a manager or as bad a manager without first having had the experience here.
Alan Durban had to travel only 36 miles when he changed football clubs, but it was a journey which took him into a completely fresh environment, leaving aside the agricultural surroundings of Shropshire and moving into the industrial heart of Staffordshire. Well, here in the Five Towns, symbolised by the Potter's Wheel and immortalised in the writings of Arnold Bennett, there's a real old-fashioned craftsman's pride about moulding raw materials into a polished, finished product, rather like this. And that, in a football sense, is what Alan Durban's being asked to do, because also in the Potteries, there's a long and proud history when it comes to our national game. Stoke City, you see, were founder members of the Football League when it started back in 1888. And having been formed themselves some 25 years before that, they're rightly proud of their tradition as the league's second oldest club.
Well, I joined the club in '63 as an amateur when they just got promotion to the First Division the last time, and we were on the way up. They got a lot of old players there, and they were on the way up. We progressed up to the early 70s, where things were looking very good for us. We got through to two semi-finals of the FA Cup and the final of the League Cup and won that. We were looking quite good. We had a spell just after that where Tony Waddington brought a few high-class players into the side, and we finished, I think, 5th in the First Division, and things started to go slightly downhill from that point till we got to the stage really where we needed somebody to come in from outside to see things from a different light.
Players took to him straight away. They knew that he was going to be the boss, and the results picked up from there. And there's nothing better than the right results when a new manager comes in.
As long as he buys the right players. Durban saw Mike Doyle doing for Stoke what Dave Mackay once did for Derby, and strengthened his attack by signing Paul Randall. John Bailey, who can always be found at the Boothen end.
I think we'll be playing First Division football next season very easily, because we've got a team that's very, very hard to beat in this league, and I think we'll get promotion, and we'll do well in the First Division under him, because I think this bloke could adjust to the way Clough builds a team. They idolise Durban as much as some of the players, a lot of these do. He's a god to them.
Spin up. Hey, now listen. On the clock. Down through the legs, one touch that wall, finish mounted.
Well, I think all managers are frustrated footballers, really, and that it's amazing how some managers have done exceptionally well when they've been forced to finish early on in their careers.
Graham Taylor, for example.
Yes, yeah.
Now, he's moved on himself since we last spoke to the pair of you 2 years ago, and in a funny way, although he's only in the Third Division, he's getting more publicity probably in his situation than you are in yours, on the verge perhaps of Division 1.
Yeah, but wait till my chairman starts playing that piano.
We have a lot of publicity at the club, and a lot of managers down south who are in the same divisions as ourselves get a little jealous of it, and I probably can understand them. But Graham doesn't go around flaunting money or publicity. I think he can handle it very well. I know he enjoys his money, but he works bloody hard for it. I think he likes people with determination and ambition. And one of his great things is that, for me, when he came to the club, I was at a point in my life where I'd reached everything that I could, more or less, within my profession. And he instilled within me again the energy that probably was lacking and the will to succeed.
Taylor's knowledge of the lower divisions means he's spent Watford's money carefully. Ellis and Booth were with him at Lincoln. Sims and Train were bought with the second division in mind. But it's the 60-goal-plus partnership of Luther Blissett and Ross Jenkins that emphasises how Taylor's coaching has helped the players he inherited. Close contact between the football club and the community was something Taylor always preached at Lincoln, and his beliefs have remained the same at Watford. Trips like these he arranges for the benefit of supporters and players, encouraging both to take an interest in each other's way of life.
The tail end here, like the gearbox, this black piece here, that is built on a...
I think it's important that the players see other aspects of life. I think it's important as well that they see the people who come to support them in their working conditions. I think it breaks routine. I think that the club represents the community. I think that the supporters who work here want to see the players, they want to get close to them. I think to get shoulder to shoulder with people is important rather than just to be seen as people who are performing on the field.
I'm going to have to sort that one out down there now, Rory.
Who is the real Luther Blissett? You know what I mean? No, that's the third division.
Who scored that trick, Dunderdale?
Dunderdale.
Len
Dunderdale. Dunderdale 40 years ago. You've got to remember Dunderdale. He went to Leeds for 3,500. That's a lot of money, isn't it?
We need to be talking to the people, the supporters, because they're more important than the equipment. They're more important, as far as I'm concerned, than the things that are made here.
In tracking the footsteps of Durban and Taylor, we found a common path in the quarter-finals of the Football League Cup. By coincidence, Stoke were drawn against Watford, and after a 0-0 draw in the Potteries, there was a replay at Vicarage Road.
In there, expect the thing to come. Don't let it catch you by surprise. You're taking the trouble to go in.
Do you want medium all through?
Yeah, medium all round, yeah.
Certainly starting to freeze, and there's frost forecast tonight.
This is Mr. Butler from Watford Football Club. I've been asked, this is London Zoo.
So you got the right number there?
I've got the right number.
Nice to see you. Oh, Roger, nice to see you again. I take the opportunity of introducing my colleagues who are referees. There's no such animal as life within my games.
How do you do?
Hello, animal.
Pleased to meet you. There's three things I want. The tackle from behind is taboo. 10-yard rule, you know, I must have it. But most of all, if any of your players know me, it's the dissent. I will not accept it or have it on my pitch.
The dive from our chairman, Elton John.
Oh, well done, son. Go on.
Watford play the progressive football which Taylor has made his trademark and take the lead in the first half with a goal which testifies perfectly their attacking style. It's made by Blissett and impressively taken by Jenkins. Sitting on the touchline with your side a goal down leaves you frustrated and quite helpless. Durban's chief whip on the field is his player coach Howard Kendall, but this is a match for scrappers rather than thinkers.
Foul.
At last, the equaliser, put in by Richardson.
You can't drop your head, you've got to fill back in straight away. That came from their keeper's throw out to this fella. You don't get cramp in this club!
The replay goes into extra time.
You've got a better chance of winning it now than in any replay. You know, you've come back from behind, you're on top now. Let's go and win a thing. Let's go and keep it. If it doesn't come, then we'll take a replay. OK?
The last thing Taylor wants with Watford's busy programme is a second replay. And on the night, it's his team talk which has the desired effect. Watford go back in front. Blissett the scorer this time. Stoke's resistance is broken. Before the end, Watford score again to make the final score 3-1.
Well done, Alan.
For the two young managers, it's a further step on the ladder of learning. Just one more experience in the apprenticeship. Both are still serving.